What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, undefeated, undisputed, lightweight world champion, superstar boxer, Devin the Dream Haney. 28 wins, no loss, no draw. 15 wins by way of knockout. 23 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach. He responds to former unified lightweight world champion, superstar boxer, Teofimo Lopez, who is now 17 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 13 wins by way of knockout, 25 years of age, 5'8" with a 68-inch arm reach, making his ring return and getting a 7th round knockout victory over Pedro Campa tonight. This is his ring return since suffering that defeat to former unified lightweight world champion Australian star boxer George Kambosos Jr. Okay, that took place November 27th of last year, and George Kambosos, he won a split decision to win the belts from Teofimo Lopez, and then Devin Haney, June 4th of this year, he beat George Kambosos for those belts, okay, to become undisputed. Now, one thing is that Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, there's no love lost. Clearly, Devin Haney's been wanting this fight, calling for the fight with Teofimo Lopez. When Teofimo Lopez beat Olympic 2-time gold medalist, 3-division world champion, former unified lightweight world champion, Ukrainian superstar boxer Vasil High-Tech Lomachenko, shocked Lomachenko, beat Lomachenko, and it seemed like a match made in heaven. It just seemed like it was just automatic that we'll get Devin Haney versus Teofimo Lopez for undisputed. But that wasn't the case, okay? He went a different route, fought George Kambosos, and then he lost. So with that said, they came face to face. They was building up the fight, and now Teofimo Lopez, he starts saying that Devin Haney and father, trainer, manager, CEO of DHP, Devin Haney Promotion, Bill Haney, was just using his name to build off their status. Teofimo Lopez clearly is not in touch with reality when it comes to his opponents and what's actually going on with his career and the sport of boxing and where he stands, okay, and what actually took place. Nonetheless, he did what he was supposed to do against Pedro Campa tonight, who came in the fight 34 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, at 30 years of age, 5'10", with a 68-inch arm reach. Teofimo Lopez, he didn't look that explosive to me. He didn't look that quick and athletic to me. He actually looked slower. This was his debut at junior welterweight. He's the better talent. He had more power. He's the more skilled fighter. And so that prevailed, okay, as it usually does. The cream will always rise to the top. And so Teofimo Lopez, he successfully stopped Pedro Campo as he's supposed to. He's with ESPN, legendary promoter, top-ranked CEO Bob Arum. They have the greatest matchmaking team in all of boxing, okay? And probably in history of sport of boxing with their matchmaking, no doubt about it. And so with that said, Teofimo Lopez did what he was supposed to do. They have a rivalry, Devin Haney. He said Teofimo Lopez looked like garbage, okay? He used other words I'm going to paraphrase to describe Teofimo Lopez's accomplishments tonight and what he did, tonight. But Devin Haney was not impressed. Many people wasn't impressed. Now, he got the job done. He got the victory. He got the comeback victory. And he coming off of a loss, okay? He had a lot of, like his father, Teofimo Lopez, senior father, trainer, and manager, he stated that he had confidence issues. His confidence was taken away from him in that fight with George Kambosos Jr. And so he regained his confidence tonight, okay? That's what this matchmaking is for. You understand? He was in the ring with somebody he was supposed to look good against, and that's exactly what he did. He fulfilled his obligation. Now, it's easier said than done because a lot of fighters are in there with fighters they're supposed to look great against, and they don't look great against those fighters, okay? A lot of fighters are in that position, and they don't look great against those fighters, point blank and period, okay? So with that said, he did what he was supposed to do. Then after the fight, he called out the likes of undefeated, former undisputed junior welterweight world champion, British superstar boxer Josh Taylor, who now only holds 2 belts. He called out Regis Prograis, former IBF junior welterweight world champion, who's fighting for the vacant WBL WBC title against Pedro. So he said he wants to win in that fight. He was coming back December 10th at Madison Square Garden, said, now I'm fighting in a big arena. I'm no longer fighting in a small arena. Well, he packed the house in a small arena today, okay? Packing a house in Madison Square Garden, the big arena, is a whole different ball game, especially doing so Heisman weekend in New York and in the holiday time. But he does have star status, okay? So he said December 10th, back at Madison Square Garden, he wants to come back. And, you know, when I look at Teofimo Lopez, he stated that Ryan Garcia is the last option, okay? He said that if he fight Ryan Garcia, you know, that's the last option, right? But he did say, you know, he would, but he wants to fight the champions, right? Which he's supposed to, right? He's a former unified world champion. That's the mindset you should have, right? Ryan Garcia he has achieved nothing. Now, Ryan Garcia is a superstar. You know, he does have, you know, the casual fans, a huge social media fan, and he does have, you know, a social media presence and sponsors. So he does bring that to the table, you know what I mean? But for the most part, Ryan Garcia is not, you know, a mega star as far as accomplishments in the sport of boxing. He has accomplished nothing, okay? And so he said that that's the absolute last resort. His focus is the world champions. As far as Teofimo Lopez versus Ryan Garcia, I figured Teofimo Lopez to beat Ryan Garcia, but he has to be very, very careful. He didn't look that fast and explosive tonight. He looked like something was missing to me from what I'm used to seeing, accustomed to seeing from him. As far as Regis Prograis go, I believe that's going to be a very tough fight. And as far as Josh Taylor goes, I believe he beats Josh Taylor. I think Regis Prograis is his toughest fight. And absolutely, Gary Anton Russell. Gary Anton Russell is a terrible matchup for Teofimo Lopez. A terrible matchup for Teofimo Lopez. I believe that they're going to keep Teofimo Lopez as far away from Gary Anton Russell as much as possible. He is an absolute terrible matchup for Teofimo Lopez. He's very aggressive. He sets a very high pace, and he's very powerful. He has a lot of power. Tonight, we saw when Campa was setting a high pace against Teofimo Lopez and pressuring him. Teofimo Lopez was tying up, looked like he was fatiguing, and he was getting hit. Gary Anton Russell is 10 levels above Campa and with a much more power in both hands. That's an absolute terrible matchup for Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez was picking his punches, as he should, right? And he was accurate with it. But, yeah, you know, Gary Anton Russell, bad matchup. Regis Prograis is going to be a very tough out. But Josh Taylor, I believe he'll beat Josh Taylor. So let's see how this unfolds. But Devin Haney said Teofimo Lopez looks like absolute trash tonight in his response. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to New Media. Shouts out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.